The book which I am going to review today is The Red Badge of Courage by Stephen Crane. It's one of those rare novels that does not talk about war, it talks about what happens inside a person when they are thrown into a fear, pressure and responsibility. The book follows a young man named Henry Fleming, a new soldier in Union Army during the American Civil War, and honestly the entire novel is less about guns, battles, and more about what Henry feels and what is his guilt and transformation through this. When the story begins, Henry is just a teenage boy. He joins the army with a big dream of heroism. He imagines victory, bravery, and thrill of coming back home as someone admired and respected. In his mind, war looks glorious. He pictures himself doing great things on the battlefield, but all of this is imagination. He hasn't seen anything real yet. But as soon as he joins the regiment, the reality hits him slowly. Their boredom, their waiting, and their confusion. There are all these other soldiers talking, some bragging, and some scared, some pretending to be brave, and he listens to them. The more he listens, the more he starts questioning himself. He asks, will I run? Will I fight? Will I be brave? Or will I be coward? He becomes obsessed with the question about courage. When the first battle finally comes, Henry is shocked by how chaotic everything is. There is smoke, noise, shouting, and complete uncertainty. War does not feel like his fantasies at all. Yet during the first attack, he surprisingly stays with his regiment and fight. He feels proud for a moment, like maybe he does have courage after all. But real moment of truth happens when on the second battle the enemy charges again, and this time Henry fears take over. He panics and ran. He ran and left his comrades behind. His body just reacted, and suddenly he is sprinting away from the line, leaving his fellow soldiers behind. In that moment, he becomes exactly what he feared, a coward. But Stephen Crane doesn't judge him. He shows the raw, honest truth about fear. Henry's reaction is human. It's something many people might do but never admit. After running away, Henry feels crushed by guilt. He starts creating excuses in his mind. He tries to justify his action by convincing himself that regiment would lose anyway, or that staying would have been pointless. But deep inside, he knows he ran because he was afraid. This inner battle becomes the heart of the story. As he wanders away from the battlefield, Henry sees the reality of war more clearly. He meets a long line of wounded soldiers walking back, bleeding, limping, suffering. They have what Henry called the red badge of courage. He wanted that. A wound that shows they stood their ground, fought bravely, and got hurt. Henry wishes he had one to. He has also this badge, but because he wants evidence that he is not a coward. Then he meets a particularly heartbreaking scene, a tall soldier who is seriously wounded and barely able to walk. The man eventually collapses and dies in front of him. This moment shakes him deeply. It strips away his last bits of romantic fantasy he had about the war. Later, Henry gets hit on the head by another soldier who is also running away in panic. The injury looks like a war wound, and when Henry returns to his regiment, everyone thinks that he is also a wounded soldier from the war, and he doesn't correct them. He let them believe it. There is a mixture of shame and relief in him. Shame because the wound isn't honorable, and the relief because now he does not look like a coward. Once he is back with his regiment, something interesting happens. Henry starts behaving differently. Maybe it's guilt, its desire to redeem himself, or maybe it's just a shift in perspective. But he becomes more serious, more focused, and more courageous. During the next battle, he fights fiercely. He carries the flag forward when others hesitate. He shows the leadership and bravery not because he wants glory, but because he wants redemption. This is where we see evolve. Early in the novel, courage to him meant being fearless, but now the courage means something else. Doing your duty even when fear is present. He understands that bravery isn't loud or dramatic, it's quiet, steady, and often painful. By the end of the novel, Henry reaches to a point of maturity. He looks back at everything he did, the fear, the running, the guilt, the shame, the lying, and the moments of bravery. And he begins to accept himself. He understands that courage is not a perfect thing. People make mistakes, people fail. What matters is who you become afterward. Stephen King deliberately never mentioned Henry's last name in the book until the end. It's like he wants Henry to symbolize every person who has ever felt scared, ashamed, or unsure of themselves.